Hey everyone, it is Take It On Thursdays, and it is November 14th, 2013. And this week, I'm going to talk about accountability. And I know that seems really boring, but that kind of was my theme for the week. And I had a lot of suggestions this week for today's episode, and I always get really good ideas, but then I always have to find somehow to relate to those ideas, and I couldn't really relate to them. So if you offered me an idea, I am very sorry that I didn't pick your idea and your topic for this week. But accountability, right? This was brought up a couple of times, and let's just talk about what the hell is being accountable. Simplest thing I can really say is taking responsibility for your actions, right? Good or bad. So, for example, at work, something doesn't get done, and whose job was it supposed to be to get this done, and you say, me, I'm sorry, I didn't do whatever I was supposed to do, I won't happen again. That's being accountable. Take responsibilities for what you didn't do. Or you make a mistake and you do something that wasn't supposed to be done, you do it and you say, I'm sorry, this is why I thought it should have been done, and you say, okay, it won't happen again. Being the one that owns up to it. And there are a lot of people today that don't do that, and it's something that is a quality that is, I think, people want it. It's in high demand for people to be accountable, because I love straight shooters. I love people who admit their mistakes, and if you admit your mistakes, there's a certain strength in that. And just to admit you're wrong, correct it, and move on, that's so great. When you have a person that's just like, oh, well, I didn't do it because this, that, and the other, and they make up 101 excuses and why they didn't do this thing, or they messed up, or whatever, or they'll swear to the end of time that they didn't make a mistake. Those people have too much pride. They can't get over themselves. It's like, I'm not one to make a mistake, So, or they like to blame others. Well, this happened because so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. And you find a lot of these things in the workplace. I was talking to my boyfriend just this past week, and he brought up how a lot of women that he dated weren't accountable. And I was like, what do you mean? Because I think when someone says accountable, in my head, I immediately think work and just the workplace. So being accountable in a relationship, knowing that you shouldn't have done something to your, the person you're with, or thinking you can get away with something like, oh, well, I talked to my ex-boyfriend and he was flirting, but I didn't think to tell you, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, just admit it. Like, you talk to your ex and you're sorry and you won't do it again, or, admit, that it's, you shouldn't have done it. If they don't want you talking to your ex, or whatever the case may be, it's just like trying to get away with something, trying to float by and just kind of like, oh, well, I got into this car crash and whatever, Apparently he has dated a lot of women that were just not accountable, and I will say that there are a lot of guys out there that I've dated that weren't either. And it's really annoying when someone just won't own up to what they did was wrong or whatever. Be accountable, people. Like, if you are if let's say you have kids and you and your, the mother of your child or the father of your child, you're not together anymore, go and see your kids. Don't make excuses. Just go fucking see them. Be a good mom or dad. That's being accountable. Like, taking responsibility. You made that child. Be a father. Be a mother. Pay your bills on time. I don't know, like people, this is funny because credit gets into it too. Credit cards. You are legally saying to this company that you're going to pay this back, right? Credit, things on credit are not free. You are signing away and saying, I will pay this back, and you don't pay it back, and you file for bankruptcy, and then you get away like half of it like gone, and I'm going to consolidate, and I'm going to just blah, blah, blah. Like, be accountable, be responsible, take care of your bills. Like, don't just sit there and think you can cheat the system. And I think when someone's accountable, it shows tremendous amount of who they are. I think that's a great thing. I think this is so boring what I'm talking about, but I think it's important because this week it's just like, I know in hindsight that maybe I should have did this, and I admit it, and like, okay, maybe I made a mistake and I shouldn't have done that, and I should have did this. And I guess that's a really good quality, even though it sucks when you have to do that. You're just like, oh, why did I do that? And people hate admitting mistakes. They hate to know they're wrong. They hate fucking up. So I understand. I get it. Accountability is really hard. So if you are accountable, it just makes you great. It's really stupid to talk about accountability, but that's all I got for this week. I don't know. That's it. I don't have anything exciting going on besides it's kind of dark out. It's only like 5 o'clock that I'm filming this. But that's it for Take It On Thursdays this week. I have no idea. Next week, we're almost at Thanksgiving, and that's just nuts. I feel like this year has just gone by like crazy fast. I know everyone says that, but I'm going to leave it there. People be accountable. People will appreciate you for it.